Hello students, now I am discussing the answer key of unit test 2 paper of 2017. The very first question is here, find the output of the following program segments. Now we take the first one. The val is given 500, there's an int val, sum n is equal to 550. See, it is a ternary operator. Here you see there's a arithmetic operator, then a relational operator. So whenever this kind of a situation is there, first we have to evaluate the arithmetic expression. So if we evaluate the arithmetic expression, which will be n value is 550 plus 500, which is greater than 1750. So this is I think very simple. You can see it is greater than 750. This is false, hence the answer will be 200. Now this is the true part and this is the false part, so that is why the answer is 200. Now we're coming to the next one. Here you see the same expression is there, but now the one of the value is 550, the val value is 1600, which is equal to 21500, which is obviously greater than 1750. So here the true part will be executed, will be returned to the sum, so the result will be 400. So the output will be 200 and 400. Now we come to the next one, which is again a very simpler one, which is just seeing how to convert a do while loop to a for loop. Now if you see here, in this case we have void main will be as it is. Now here we have this int x equal to 0, though this also can be put in the for loop. Then int I is equal to 0, I is I less than 10, and then we have a plus I okay, this is typing correct, plus I. Okay, now rest there is a if condition which is saying if I %5 is equal to 0, then cout within curly braces. We just need to write the statement as it is, and x plus plus, and this is the end of this, and this is the end of the for loop, and this is the end of the while main. So this is how you can convert a do while loop to for loop. You see this loop is going to run for value of I less than 10 means 10 times. So the same, and these statements will be executed during each of the time. So here also we have done exactly same. This loop will work for 10. So the number of iteration by the do while loop and the for loop are same, and they are executing this statement for the same number of times. Now we are coming to the next question, which is a you need to determine how many times the body of the loop will be. In this question we can see the initial value of x is equal to 5, y is equal to 50, and if we look at the condition 5 less than equal to 50, which is obviously true. So as this statement is true, we can move into the execution part of the loop of the body. So here the statement is y will be y divided by x, that is 50 divided by 5, which will return 10, and then you are printing the value of x and y. So x is 5 and y is 10. So now we have a new value of x, which is x is not changed, it's remain, yes, x is also changed. here if you see the last statement is x minus minus, so x value will be now 4. So we are coming to this statement now straight away. 4 is less than equal to y, which is 10. Obviously it is true. Okay, this is true, and so your y will be now the value of y, which is 10 divided by 4. So if you are doing 10 divided by 4, so it is coming 2.5. As it is an integer division, it will be only 2. So value of x will be 4 followed by comma, and value of y will be 2, and x will be now equal to the value of x was so the next value of x is 4. 4 is less than equal to 10, which is true. So your y will be equal to 10 divided by 4, which is 2.5. so the result will be 2. So your x is 4 and your y is now 2, and your x will now become minus x is the value of x, which is 4, now will become 3. Now we come to again here, so this time 3 is less than equal to 2, which is false. So our output will be, in this case the output of the question will be 5 comma 10 and 4 comma 2. So you just need to execute this statement and take care. At the same time, you need to change the values of the control variable, so you will come to know what is the output for this type of program. So it is obvious how many times the body of loop will be executed. So the body of loop is executed 2 times. So now we are coming to the next output program. Here if you note, the initial value of p is given as, write it answer, this is p is given equal to 200. 1 means, while 1, it means a infinite loop. This condition is a constant, so it is just a kind of an infinite loop. So this loop will execute the body of the loop infinite times, but it is not going to happen this way because there is a break statement. So first it will check if the value of 200 is less than 100. Yes, obviously it is true. So no, it's false, it's not less than 200. So value 200 is less than 100 is false, so the value of p will be changed to p minus 20. So 200 minus 20, this will be 180. Now cout endl, so it is going to print the value 180. So in the next line, again the same condition will be there, 180 less than 100. So this time it is again it's false, so your p value will be this time 160, and 160 will be printed. Then your 160 less than 100, which is again false, so p is equal to p. See, this is the after the condition we are first making it less by 20, so it's 140, and this is now 140. It's printed. Now 140 less than 100, this is again the false condition, so P is equal to 120, and it is printing the statement P value as P 120. 120 is less than 100, this is also false, so P is equal to again P 120 minus 20, so it is 100, and 100 is printed. Now we are coming, is 100 less than 100? Now this time also it is false. 100 is not less than 100, it is equal to, so this time it's again, so it is 80, and 80 is printed. So finally 80 less than 100, so it is true, it is true. So it will, the break statement is executed, break is executed, and you will see the after executing there is a, as the else part is not executed, so it will be go printing 80, the last value of this. So you will be seeing the result as so this is the result, we can see the result, it is so here is the next output question. Now here just see, here it is written while 1, so this one is a infinite loop, infinite while loop. So here what exactly is happening, see, your initial value of P is equal to 200, and 200 is, so it enters the loop, so 200 is less than 100, nope, it's false, so value of P is reduced by 20, so break statement will not happen, 20 means the value is becoming 180. Now 180 less than 100, it's false, so P value is now becoming P equal to 160. Now 160 less than 100, again false, P is equal to 140. 140 less than 100, false, P is equal to 120. 120 is less than 100, it is again false, so P is equal to 100 this time, and 100 is less than 100, it is again false, so P is equal to 80, and 80 is less than 100, yes, so this is true. So your final output, the output of this problem will be, output will be coming as, see, as the, it is outside the loop, so it will be printing the last value of P, which is 80. But how many times it has executed this particular statement? So 1 2 3 4 5 6, so it is executing this body of loop has been executed 6 and 7. This is also the statement condition for which it has executed this. So there are total 7 times, so 7 times, so this is first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, so the loop will execute this statements for 7 times. So the next question is, what is the difference between break and continue statement? Explain with a suitable example for each. So students, you know, break statement, the break keyword rather, keyword What is its purpose? It terminates the execution of loop and moves the control to the next statement immediately after the loop. So wherever the break statement is there, it will immediately terminate that execution of the loop and it will come out. So but you have to be careful if there are two loops are there and if it is the innermost loop. Okay, so terminates the execution of enclosing loop. That is more appropriate. It gives the right meaning, enclosing loop, and the control moves to the next immediately to the next statement immediately after the loop, and it is used with switch case in loops. Okay, while, for, do while, there we use this statement. Now what is continue? Now the continue statement, it does not terminates the execution of the loop. It skips the remaining part of the loop or the following part of the loop and moves to the next iteration of the loop, and it is used only in looping statements. Now example, let's see, we are printing from 1 I is less than equal to 10, I plus plus, and we have a statement here, if I percentage 5 is equal to 0, break and see out I with some space. Now this statement, for the values of I equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, till 4 it will print. The moment it will see the value of I is 5, it will come out of the loop and only this value, so the execution ends there. Now if the same statement is there, if I'm copying this statement here and I'm using the same statement with here writing here continue. Now with the continue, what will be the effect? With the continue, except for I value is equal to 1 will be printed, 2 will be printed, 3 will be printed, 4 will be printed, but it will not print 5 because I 5% continues, so it will go to the next iteration, then 6, 7, 8, 9, and the same happens with the 10 mod 5, again the remainder is 0, so it is not going to print this. So you can see what is the difference in the two outputs of the break and continue. So the break statement immediately terminates the execution of the loop, but it is not terminating, it is going to the next iteration by incrementing the value of I plus plus and then checking it again and then going to the execution part of the loop. Next is question number 2, part A. Predict the output of the following code fragment. Assume all necessary header files are included. So here there are two 1D arrays are there with the value 10, 20. So A is having the value of 10, 20, 30 and 40, and there we are coming to the value of B, which is this is given as 15, 18, 17 and 19. Now let's see what is happening inside. So here the first loop, which starts from I equal to 1, I less than 4, I plus plus, and every time for every value of I, so you see the value of I is less than 1, so value of I is 1, then I value of I is 2, then value of I is 3. So for value of I is 1, we are writing I1 is equal to AI minus 1, which is the previous value. So in this case A1 minus 1, which is 0, so 10 multiplied by 1, which is 10. Now the next thing, it will be A2. A2 will be, now A1 value is now changed to 10, so it will be 10 into 2, so it is 20. Now our A3 value is equal to A2 into 3, that is 20 into 3, which is now the value will become 60. Next one is a program. Write a program to accept 10 integers in an array and calculate the sum of even numbers present in the odd position. Print the sum. So I'm starting with the void main. You need to accept an array. It can you have to declare first the array, and you have to store 10 integer value into it. So here we already know how many number of values, and we need to calculate the sum of even numbers. So whenever we need to calculate the sum, we initialize the sum to 0. Now the very first step is to read the 10 values into the array. 0, I less than 10, I plus plus, and C in ARR I. So this is how we have read the values. Now the next is to calculate sum of even number present in the odd positions. So we need to check all the elements, and here there is one constraint is this: your sum of even numbers and which are present in the odd position. So if odd position means if I percentage 2 is equal to 1, this is the odd, and if in that I position, odd position, if the number is divisible by 2, that is even number, then only we need to do the sum operation. This is, we need to add it to the sum, and this is the end of the one, and we need to print the sum, which is pretty much easier. So this is the end. So you can very easily write this program if you understand the two constraint here, the even numbers. So ARI is the number and I is the location. So if the odd location is there, odd position is there, this first you need to check, and if in that position the number is even, then you need to add it to the sum. So this is about program for writing for the 10 integers and to calculate the sum of even numbers present in odd position. The next one is saying write a program to accept any word from user and check whether a string is a palindrome or not. A palindrome is a string that reads the same from left to right or vice versa. So as in this program we are going to use the string functions. So this is one, root iostream.h. Now I am coming to void main. We need to declare one string. Let's see, it's of a 30 character, and let's see a copy of this string. which is also of 30 characters. Uh, now what we need to read the string, so cout enter string. We can use here getters. If we are using the getters, so you need to give the hash include stdio.h. Now after this, you need to getting the string, you need a copy of the string, so you are using a copy function strcpy to get a copy of the string. Now you do the reverse of the string, so strrev of, let's say we do the reverse of the copy. Now if your strcmp, your string and the copied string, which is after reverse, the string is reverse, now is equal to 0. If are same, then we can say str or string is str is a palindrome, else we can say cout str is not a palindrome. So this is the solution. So you need to use the library function to achieve this code, and you can use without library function, but as we have discussed about the string functions, so it is easier to use the string functions here. Write a program that accepts names of 12 any famous football players and store them in a string array. It asks users to input the first letter of the name of any player and print the corresponding name of the player beginning with the letter. So already the names are given here. You can store them in a string array, and then if you put the letter L, then your output will be Lionel Messi, and so R. So these are the names. So basically it's about the syntax, how you can accept the 12 names and store in an array. So it's a void main, then you declare a, so for storing names of 12 players you need a 2D array. There are 12 players name, and each name may contain maximum of 30 characters. Now you take a for loop, int I equal to 0, I less than 12, I plus plus, and let's say it's getters names I. So please see the syntax. You need the names 12, 30, gets names I, so you got the names in the array. Now you need to ask the user to input the first letter of name of any player. So char letter, so we ask user enter first letter of name, so it will be C in letter. Now we have to again take the for loop. For I is 0, I less than 12, I plus plus. Now if the first letter, that is I's name 0, is equal to letter, then you can print the no, ith letter. See, that's it. The ith name's first letter, that is 0th position letter character. If it is this one, then you are going to print that name and L. So this is a program which seems to be a bit difficult, but if you just simply follow the syntax, it's pretty much easier. Just you have to see the name's first letter is from here. You can extract it, and to store data it will be something like this. The next program is write a program to store 10 integers in an array and sort it using bubble sort technique. So here the first part is saying the initialize the array with the given below data. So we have an array something like this, and this is the data which is to be stored in the array, and then you need to apply the bubble sort logic. So let's change it, let it be as we have already done in the previous one, selection sort logic. So here we write this int I is equal to so let's see, there we take one more variable int n. So the variable 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So there are 10 values are there, or 10 integers. So n equal to 10. Now this will be n minus 1 and I plus plus. Then we are going to, next is the position is equal to I. Then we take the inner loop, which is j equal to I plus 1, j less than n, j plus plus. Now if it is in ascending order, so if your ERR if ERRG value is less than ERR position value, then your position will be equal to j. So this is the inner for loop. Now once this is done, we need to swap ARR I and ARR pos. So swap logic is int t is equal to ARR I is equal to ARR pos, and ARR pos is equal to t, and this is what the value of this is outer for loop, and this is the inner for loop. So so this is question number 3. Now we are coming to the next one, which is the predicted output of this format. Now if you look at the it's a two-dimensional array, and here when the value of I is equal to j, so if you look at the array 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 3 2 7 5 4 6 8 and 3. If you look this I equal to j, so these are the, slightly if you align it properly so we can see properly which are the values are there. So here, so the diagonal values, it's a left diagonal I equal to j. So left diagonal values are 1 6 7 and 8. These are the diagonal elements. 1 6 7, not 8, it's 3. Now whenever this diagonal elements are there, so only this diagonal it's continuous. So it's saying that you will skip this one and then you move to the next. So these are the value 1 6 7 3, this will not be printed. So if we see the output, hence the output will be for the I value of first loop, the output will be the first value will be here 1 will not be printed, it's a 2 3 and 4. Next will be 5 7 and 8. Next line it is going to print 3 2 and 5, and the next line will be 4 6 and 8. Now if you look at the statement, cout statement, there is a hash after each, so you need to print hash. There will be hash printed after every value, hash will be printed. So if you look at the this is the output program. which is using the continue. Continue will skip all the left diagonal elements and print all the elements which are not on the left diagonal elements. Now we have the next, write a program to swap the first column elements with the last column and initialize the two-dimensional array as given below data. So this one, you need to initialize the data, initialize the 2D array with this data. So it will be, so it's a 4 into 4, so 4 into 4, and here we have first set of value 2 comma 1 comma 4 comma 4 comma 9. The second set of value is 1 comma 3 comma 7 comma 7. The next set of value is 5 comma 8 comma 6 comma 3, and the last set is 7 comma 2 comma 1 comma 2. And then now you need to swap the first column. Now your first column is this, last column is this. So if you need to swap these two values, you have to scan all the row elements. So here we write row is equal to 4 and column is also 4. So we need and we need a variable for swapping. So for int I equal to 0, I is less than r. So this all values will be starting from 0 to r minus 1, so less than r, I plus plus, and we need to swap. So temp is equal to arr. My row is this, my first column is 0th column, and this first column value is swapped with the last column. Last column will be c minus 1, and arr I c minus 1 is equal to 10. So this is the swapping code. So you think this question is just asking to initialize the value, so there is a one step for initialization and one step for the swapping of the first column with the last column. So the last program is for to check whether a matrix is a symmetric matrix or not. So how we can do this one? So the first part is saying it should be a square matrix of size m into m. So for this matrix, let's see, we will array arr 5 5 and the size is m. So we ask from the user for the size m, and then we need to accept the values. For accepting the values, I equal to 0, I less than m, I plus plus. For g int j equal to 0, j less than m, j plus plus, and c in arr ij. So this is we have taken. Now we have to check whether it's so we take a flag variable, set it to 1. Now we will check each of the elements. See each ij position, here I position, j position, this ij position, ji position. So each of the aij and ji position values should be same, then it is a symmetric matrix. So we are taking again the two loops here. So now if arr ij is equal to arr j is not equal to, in any case it's not equal to arr ji, then I need to set the flag is equal to 0, and if I wish I can break from here. Now as this is a loop, outer loop, so if you wish you can even here also, if you find the flag is false here, then you set break here too, and then you will come here and check if your flag is true, then cout it is a symmetric matrix, else cout it is not a symmetric matrix. So this is a program to check whether a matrix is a symmetric or not. So here we comes to the end of the solution key for unit test paper of year 2017. Keep checking for my new videos and do your best in the unit test exam, and do subscribe my videos so that you will get information as and when I upload my new videos. Thank you very much.